And Matthew, I'd like to just kind of pop up the various counts to kind of do a comparison, contrast, and pick your brain on it. So you can see count one, first-degree manslaughter predicated on reckless use, handling of a firearm. And basically, the point here is that it was done while committing the misdemeanor offense of reckless handling or use, so as to endanger the safety of another with such force and violence that death or great bodily harm to any person was reasonably foreseeable. Contrast that with count two, which is corresponding with second-degree manslaughter. And here the highlight is whereby Kim Potter created an unreasonable risk and consciously took a chance of causing death or great bodily harm to Dante Wright while using or possessing a firearm. So I want to ask you, it seems that the difference is really about mental state, recklessness versus negligence. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, this is mainly due because there's information about her training for firearms, and recklessness could be easier to prove if there's ample training. If there's more training and you got it wrong, well, you must have been reckless, right? And that's exactly what that's signifying. It's that I believe that the prosecution believes they have enough indicia, enough evidence to be able to bring in this case to be able to prove a higher standard for the element of intent.
Yeah, sure. And, Kim Potter was a 26-year veteran of the Brooklyn Center Police Department. She was a training officer, training another officer at this time. I wonder if that's something that would actually bolster her defense case or harm it. What do you think?
I think that both sides are going to use it to their advantage. It's going to hurt her in the sense that it's been, so long. She's a veteran. She should have ample training. And the way the defense is going to use it is going to say even people who are trained this much make this level of mistake. So, both sides are going to try to utilize that fact for their own advantage.
For sure. And, the defense is expected to call an expert, Dr. Lawrence Miller, who's going to testify about action error, this phenomenon where basically you mean to do something, but you do something else. It's been compared to when you drive a rental car and you're looking for a gear shift on your own car and it doesn't line up. Do you think that's something that could resonate with jurors?
Absolutely, especially given the evidence. There is really, really, really remarkable evidence in this case. The body cam footage is quite telling. And I think that both sides are going to grapple with what it really means. And that expert, I believe, is going to come right into play and breaking down what that information means for the jury.
Yeah, fair enough. There's been a lot of attention to kind of the placement of her taser on her duty belt versus the placement of that Glock 9mm department-issued handgun. Apparently, the taser was on the left side, the rear, and the gun was on the right. And you had one of the experts say, according to court documents, that she reached back with the right hand and she only could have gotten the taser with the left. So does it look like she was just kind of confused in the moment, or does it look really reckless?
I think she might have intended to do something with her right that she did with her left, and vice versa. And I think that level of information, what is standard? What is the usual, a prudent officer do in that kind of predicament? And how is applied here? All of that is going to be a part of the analysis that this jury is going to have to digest.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Matthew Barhoma, for your analysis.